and welcome to the finale of Bloodborne.
Everything's on fire.
Doll, what happened? Did you leave the stove on again?
No, master.
And there's our final boss, for the neutral ending at least. Gehrman, the guy we talked to at the beginning of the game and then never spoke to again, but he was just kind of chilling out in his wheelchair. The old man in the wheelchair is the final boss.
Wow. Unless you go for the true ending. Or is this
yeah.
the true ending?
No, unless you go for the true ending, which I need to do a bit of cleanup first.
Well,
That was me contemplating
obviously, because everything's on fire.
Yeah, right? Clean out the workshop.
Get the hose ready.
Brother, get the flamer. The heavy flamer. Oh yeah, pyro. It was pyro. The pyro.
Well, he was just trying to spread all that joy.
Yes, exactly. The house is now a beacon of rainbows and kittens.
And all the little babies are flying around, having a good time.
Sell the poison knives because I don't need them anymore. Not like I'll have an opportunity to use them. Pop as many cold bloods as I can. Yeah, cold blood gives you blood echoes. It's literally just blood that's been coagulated. Everything in Bloodborne is about blood.
Blood.
Yeah, it's a fan theory that the hunter's a vampire. Which is funny because there is an actual that zone I ignored, the Castle Canehurst, is inspired very heavily by Dracula. Since Canehurst is a family of quote unquote vile bloods, basically vampires.
Ah. So will you be showing off the normal ending at all? Or just going straight
No.
for the true end? I gotcha.
If you go for the normal ending, it launches you right into New Game Plus. Same for the bad ending. So if you want to get the true ending, you need to get it. Though, as I have this game platinumed, I have done every single ending, and the bad ending is the easiest. Which, obviously, is the bad ending. It's supposed to be the easiest.
So what conditions do you have to fulfill to get the bad ending? Because you beat
I will tell you when we get there, because even though I have the potential to unlock the true ending, I can still very much get the bad ending right now if I wanted to. So I will tell you when it comes up.
I gotcha.
You'll know.
Because yeah, you already beat the Whitners.
Yeah. But, she's gone. And that's a suspicious amount of blood. Blackened, so clearly dried, but... Did you do anything, Chapel Dweller?
The hunter, alive and well, are you?
No, the Chapel Dweller genuinely doesn't do anything. He's really just a friendly guy who wants to help.
But he just looks like shit.
Yeah, he looks suspicious. It's kind of the point, since you can send survivors to Yosefka's clinic as well, and the fake Yosefka will do the same thing to those survivors that the real Yosefka went through, which is turning them into those blue mushroom people. So it's like, at first instinct, you would send them to the kindly lady who's a doctor and not this weird hovelly looking dude. But that Bloodborne's about defying expectations and seeing past the surface.
I forgot my gun.
And here is what's become of her. Congratulations, it's an abomination.
Quit talking about yourself like that.
No. The baby.
Well, all we could see was you, so...
That is true. No, that's Lowbrow. That's not me.
Hey.
No, his name is literally Lowbrow.
Oh, yeah.
That is a baby great one. Basically a baby alien god.
Kill it. Kill it now.
With fire?
Whatever suits your boat. I'm not picky.
And yeah, she's lost her mind. From despair. So, the following content may be deemed unfit for younger viewers, and for older ones. Honestly, viewers of all ages. Viewer discretion is advised.
We're gonna kill a baby.
Never gets any easier.
Ooh,
And
it's easier
she
than me.
dies. But
Did
this
you actually
is...
kill her, or is the sight of her baby dying made her die instantly?
Yeah, the sight of... Because I think their life forces are intrinsically linked. Due to, like, weird magic. She dies too, no matter what you do.
Oh.
But that gave us the last third of our umbilical cord. So we can now go and unlock the true ending.
You said there's 4 of them, right?
Yes, there are 4. To get the last one, I need to go into Old Yharnam, which is an area I skipped. But it involves going to, like, this really weird, surreal place. It's the hunter's dream, but in the real world. It's called the Abandoned Old Workshop. And it's literally, like, you see the doll, but she's just a doll. And everything in the dream remains the same. We have to eat the umbilical cords.
Ugh.
And this gives us the power of God. It also gives us 3 insight per pop.
Doesn't really look like you're eating them, though, so I don't think it's that gross.
No, it does say, in the item description, it says consume the umbilical cords.
Well, yeah, but all you're doing in reality is crushing them.
Yeah, that's just because it's the same animation as Cold Blood.
Yeah. Which is pretty much what Raiden does, so...
Yeah. Still not over the fact that Metroid Dread blatantly steals Rising's mechanic. Even the same animation.
Dead on!
Bullseye. I now want Samus to say bullseye. Hello, old man. You're looking rather grave today. Is it because we burned down your house?
No, it's because I burned down my house, you piece of shit.
He did actually burn down his workshop. But this is an interesting thing. So this is where you can unlock the bad ending. Gehrman Gehrman is technically the final boss. However, he's not really bad. Getting the bad ending is him actually, like, releasing you, freeing you from the dream. So if you submit your life, he just kills you and you wake up, finally. But the only reason he fights you is so that he can free you and he can carry the burden. He's actually got kind of an Atlas complex. But we're going for the true ending, so we gotta refuse him. This is the most badass cutscene. To the point where I'm going to turn it up and just be quiet.
And then we're gonna talk over it. Just to make Paul mad.
It doesn't matter.
So yeah, he could stand the whole time.
Huh. Then why is he using a wheelchair?
You'll see.
It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
Wait, does he have 4 arms?
No,
Oh.
he's a human.
Tonight,
Joins the hunt. Ow, ow, ow.
You must accept your death.
You must.
Accept.
So, you want to dance?
Okay.
Okay. Let's dance, Grandpa. Let's dance. So I threw on that communion rune I got earlier to get 3 more blood vials, threw on blood rapture to gain health after visceral attacks. Let's dust this Gramp. First off, parrying. Parrying breaks this boss in two. And in fact, all you need to do is basically just memorize his attack patterns, and you basically win the fight. Which I know is easier said than done, but it's genuinely, parrying is so easy on him. Like right there. So the reason he sticks to the wheelchair is because he actually lost a leg. And if you choose the bad ending, where you submit your life, you basically just become Gehrman again, so you also lose a leg, and the doll pushes you around in the wheelchair. Presumably for all eternity, since it's implied Gehrman is very old. Probably around over 200 years old. This boss track is also really good. It's called The First Hunter, and rather than being the booming epic style of, which it still is, it's still a very epic symphony piece, but it's incredibly melancholy.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, because it's essentially like the story of Gehrman in music form, which is a tragedy. Gehrman is a very tragic figure. All he wanted to do was help by creating the hunters, going out and hunting beasts. But the hunters committed all these atrocities, and he was doomed to be imprisoned inside this dream for the rest of time, watching hunters come and go and killing them to free them. It all reads as like Gehrman's just tired.
So we're going to put him out of his misery finally.
Yes.
So, yeah, this fight right here is like just business as usual for him.
Yeah, this well, no, because normally people just well, yeah, sometimes some do rebel and he ends them, but most of the time they just give up their life.
Oh, I see.
But when he says like it always comes down to the hunter's helper and you must accept your death, like he's done this before. This
How many
fight,
people do you think refused, though?
how many people do I think refused? Out of the people we saw in the game, I can only think of one, possibly. Father Gascoigne. And even then, he might not have even been a hunter to begin with, because you only meet a couple of friendly NPC hunters. Those being Eileen, Jura. No, it's just Eileen and Jura, actually. But, like, if you see all of these graves around the arena,
Yeah.
those are all the hunters he's had to kill.
Huh.
It's the hunter's dream is a graveyard.
Oh.
Time for phase 2. Lunacy. Remember Syax in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yep.
Nope.
That's basically what it is. He no longer takes hit stun, and he gets a couple new very dangerous attacks like this. That can one shot.
Can you break him out of it?
No,
Oh.
he literally does the moonshine down. Also, his attacks gain a noticeable buff. When he does that gun attack, where he does that specific animation that he just seems to love spamming right now, even if you're not attacking, that'll put you in parry state. Like, no matter what you're doing, if that hits you, you'll drop into parry, and he can deal a lot of parry damage.
Oh, shit.
But he's back in Scythe mode, so it's somewhat easier. Since Scythe mode doesn't actually change all that much. Like, I think just some frame data is different. This fight took me an hour and a half, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Including all the grinding I had to do. Oh, come on.
I refuse to die.
I mean, basically, like that's what this fight is. It's you, the player, refusing to die. Man, this game's beautiful. Also, you can unlock his weapon. He
Guess I'm pretty
it's
good
called the
boss.
Burial Blade, and it's mostly a skill weapon, which is why I don't use it. That and you it's like 66,000 blood echoes, plus you'd have to upgrade it.
Damn.
It's not impossible to do. It's just kind of tedious, considering the fact you only have one boss left. It's a new game plus weapon.
Yeah.
I figured.
I mean, he's basically dead.
I think he kills you anyways.
That did actually happen once.
Oh.
It wasn't at this low of health, but it did happen, and I was like, oh. The night and the dream were long.
Prey slaughtered.
You can finally rest. I made a mistake here. So the cutscene doesn't reset your animation. So when this fight starts, I'm still bowing.
Oh no.
Oh.
So he's like, let me stop to look up here and then finish bowing.
Yeah, right. Hey, can you give me a second? I understand you're like an alien god of the hunt and slaughtering, but like, give me a second. So this is the neutral ending, technically, and this is where it splits off into the good ending. Because if you didn't consume the umbilical cords, that light never shows up. It claims you and you become Gehrman. But now since you have the power of gods, you are able to ascend. I guess the universe has decided the moon presence is no longer necessary, and a contest begins to... Oh, ow, still bowing. Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here. So anyway... Let's actually do this for real this time. Gonna take off my gun. Gonna take off my Bolt Hunter's mark. I don't need it. I do this fight in one try.
Oh.
What makes this boss hard is the fact that it kind of takes you by surprise with how fast it puts on you, and you're already drained from Gehrman. But if you use the Bolt Hunter's marks or die or something, you just go back in, and it's so much easier. But it's time. Let's end this. The moon presence. The god of the hunt.
And he already took away most of your health.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that he attacks pretty fast and erratic. So me using the hammer isn't great. And also his bones don't break. Like beast bosses. I do love this guy's design, though, even if I think his fight is kind of mediocre.
It is kind of different.
Yeah.
Some coughing in the background.
Yeah, that was my mother. She's kind of sick.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, very. This guy has 2 attacks that can scare someone new, and you'll see them.
Huh.
Because he does like to do them a lot in the second phase. I think you see both of those scary attacks twice. But they're only scary when he throws them together, and he doesn't do that in this fight.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
Max, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just analyzing how the boss moves because you said this is easier in your
Yes,
opinion
it is.
than the wet nurse.
Then the wet nurse and Gehrman, yes. But that was the first scary attack. He does like this kind of pulse thing into his hand, and it drops you to 1 hit point.
Oh.
It's scary if he does another attack, which I'll tell you about right after when he does it, because that one prevents you from using healing items.
Oh.
So the intended strategy is if you're like doing this, because he has such a long recovery time, just attack him. It's not worth the waste of blood vials.
Yeah.
When the rally system is already there. This thing, okay, so analyzing its movements, it attacks like a hungry wolf, which makes sense. You can see its ribs protruding everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's the attack. It's so he like summons this blood bubble, and when it pops, it does 1 point of damage to you, and it prevents you from using healing. So naturally, when he drops you to 1 hit point, if you get hit by that blood, you can die.
Oh shit.
It's this
Come
game's version of HP Shave from Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
Yes.
Some of the data bosses, HP Shave is they attack you and they temporarily decrease your max health.
Somewhat. It's just rather than decreasing your max health, they just prevent you from healing. Yeah, see, I got hit by it, and if you notice my status in the top left, it says can't use blood vials.
How long does that last?
A while, actually. But he's dead, so
So it doesn't really matter.
easy game for
Babies.
First try, baby.
Slain.
And look at how many echoes it gives you. But that's it. That's Bloodborne. This is the true ending.
What is the doll doing?
That's you. That's the player.
No.
You ascend into godhood. So you become one of the alien things.
Oh.
A baby, but basically the doll stumbles upon you and is like, oh,
So
good
this
job,
is what
dude.
happened to you.
Yeah, she essentially nurtures you until you're ready to become a full god. And that's it.
Well, that was a weird ending.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. So the implication, because Dark Souls stories are never straightforward, it's implied that now that you're the god, you can essentially stop the hunt, and nobody has to suffer anymore. But it's never said for certain. In fact, the most clear-cut ending is the bad ending, because there's not really anything to imply. You die and awake under a new day. And the neutral ending has you taking Gehrman's place. It's a lot like Silent Hill 2 in that fashion, I find, where a lot of the endings are kind of cryptic. Granted, Silent Hill 2 has a bit more straightforward endings than any Souls game, but I mean, I love this game so much. I know I didn't exactly show it off very much. Trust me, if I had the time, I would have. But
What,
this
16 to 20 parts.
Well, yeah, like, doing the DLC would have probably sent it to, like, 20 parts. Doing all the optional areas would have put it at 25. I could have very easily 100% of this game if I wanted to. But I think a lot of it is just worth experiencing yourself, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up eventually.
It's PS4 exclusive. Please port the game to PC.
No.
Or PS5 or anything.
Well, no, it is. There is technically a PS5 port, quote unquote. So, you want to know something? This is. I genuinely think Sony is spiteful towards Bloodborne fans, because Bloodborne, out of all of the PS5 ports, is the only one to not get any improvements to its like actual running. Sorry, it's the only one to not get improvements to its actual performance. By all accounts, the PS5 version is the exact same as the PS4 version.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah. Things like God of War, Last of Us all got improvements to their performance, but Sony refused for Bloodborne.
Well, I
That's
guess, Max, if you ever get this for the PS5, it will run. You'll have the same experience Max did.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, as Paul did.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say,
I
Max,
don't have a
I recorded it,
PS5 yet, but I'm just hoping, you know,
but I mean,
they
this
would have
game's
done
like,
that.
this game's like $15 if you know where to look,
Yeah, I've
20
seen it
at
pretty cheap.
most. It is a genuine steal.
Like, I think it's one of the games they packaged, you know, with that red PlayStation Hits thing.
Yes, they did. And that includes the Old Hunters DLC, which is the best DLC to ever be put in any game ever.
Bold claim.
I'm entirely serious. Not only does it have great levels, there is only one bad boss in the DLC, and he's entirely optional. All of the mandatory bosses are some of the best in Souls history. And it also has the hardest boss in Soul history, which is the Orphan of Cause.
Interesting.
I tend to give this game a hard time because I'm a super fan of it, and I tend to notice a lot of the little things that most people don't notice. But genuinely, the only thing I think is genuinely bad, like a poor choice, is the fact that the game runs at 30 FPS with frame drops.
Ugh.
It's not optimized for a PS4, which is strange because it's a PS4 exclusive,
Yeah.
a launch exclusive, I might add.
Oh, God.
It was it was launched alongside Knack, and nobody cared for Knack. So this is like the only good PS4 exclusive, at least for like the first 3 years of the console's life. But genuinely, there's so much about this game that just clicks for me. I recognize that there are better games, and there are games that I'd always rather play, like Final Fantasy 14, Persona. Like there are a lot of games I would rather play at any given moment. But this is my ritual for Halloween. I play this game to completion as fast as I can in a single night.
Well, who knows? Maybe when we finally get these videos to go live, maybe this will be our Halloween playthrough.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it's 3 months. If I can get Cuphead edited and put up, and like we're quick about it, yeah, it might very well be.
Well, what do we have right after? I know next is Bionicle, but
Oh,
what
right.
else?
My next game that I'm recording, I'll say it now, is going to be Mega Man X, a vastly different game. But then Max is doing Superstar Stock, or no, Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's next on the docket for commentary of games I've done, at least.
yeah.
But
It
currently,
says,
Screw you,
I'm
Abraham
doing
Lincoln.
all blindfolded.
That is a reference to Zero Lenny, along with my Gehrman death montage, which is a fantastic Dark Souls YouTuber. I recommend checking him out. But with that, that's the end of Bloodborne.
you,
I would like to thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a great night.
no, don't tell me how to live my life.